Hello friend, I welcome you to my channel Let's Graphics and Multimedia. My name is Rafi Yacob right here, and in today's video you are going to learn and master Photoshop layer step-by-step tutorial in today's class. But before I dive into the tutorial, if you're very new to this channel, remember to click on the subscribe, turn on the notification bell, so each time I post content about Photoshop you'll be notified. So with that being said, so let's dive into the tutorial and see how you can learn and master Adobe Photoshop layer step-by-step tutorial. Alright, so let's take a look at the layer right here. Now, each time you make a new document, just like what you see on the screen right here, this is how the layer is going to lock. Alright, so for you to unlock this layer, what you need to do right here is to double click on this on the padlock. Once you double click, the layer is going to open, and which means that once this layer is open, you can easily drag the layer here and there. You can see it this way. Okay. Control Z to back to the normal. Now, if you want to lock the layer back, for you to lock back the layer, you just have to come to this top right here. You can see the padlock here. Click on lock all. So the layer is going to lock. So this is the first thing you need to understand as far as layer is concerned. Now, we want to work on some stuff and see how things are arranged properly in layers in Photoshop. So let's, for instance, I go to File from the Home tab right here. So I'm going to bring in a PNG image. So go to Place Embedded. Now from Place Embedded, I'm going to look for one of the PNG image from my desktop right here. All right, so let's, for instance, I need this image. I'm going to click on Place. All right, so once you place the image, you can come to the top right here. You see this check mark. Just click on that. This allows you to all right, so now you can, once we place your whatever you are bringing into the Photoshop workspace, you're going to see the property of the import in the layer right here. Now, one thing you can do here as far as this layer is concerned, you can double click on the text right here and type in image layer. You can say image layer. Okay. So once you type, you just press enter key on your keyboard. So this simply means that you have this layer to be image. One more thing you can do to this layer right here, you can right click on the layer. So once you right click on the layer, you can decide to change the layer color. So you can come right here and you see yellow. So you can see that we color this layer and we rename this layer. Okay. Now, let's, for instance, we want to make some shapes, or you want to type, we want to do some simple design as far as Photoshop layer is concerned. Before we can use any tools, or before we can use any shapes, custom shapes, stuff like that in Photoshop, it is always advisable to create a new layer. So when you create a new layer, this simply means that whatever you want to do is going to be rest upon the new layer that you created. Okay, so let's find out. So down below right here, this is where you make a new layer. So you can see create a new layer. So you can click on create a new layer. Now after you create a new layer, this layer here, you might put in custom shape. You might put in text on the layer, whatever view. So in this regard, I'm going to play around with some shapes. So I will go to my pen tools right here. From the tools bar right here, I will click and hold down, and I'll make sure I choose my pen tools. So once I choose my pen tools, I'll come to the pen tools property right here. I will make sure at this point here, shape is selected. And at this point here, I can change the color. So let me maintain black color. And then you have to come here and make sure no stroke. So I have already formatted my shapes. Now I can make some shape. So I can start from the top right here and diagonal this way, and this way, and I can close the part. All right, so at this point here, we have a shape overlay the text and the image. Now, one more thing we can do for this layer here, we can come to the layer here. We can double click on the layer thumbnail right here. So when you double click on the layer thumbnail, this allows you to have a color wheel like this. Now, we can change the color of this stuff from this point here, we can change the color of the shape to another one that is suits our taste. And then once you select the color, you hit on OK. Now right here, we can also recolor this layer. We right click on this and we can pick on another color. Let's, for instance, this is a blue, a dark blue shape. So we can come down below here and we choose blue. So once you choose, you can see we have this layer to be blue. So we can double click on the shape 1 and rename it, or we can call this one blue shape. And press enter key on our keyboard. Now, one very good thing we need to do right here is that you will notice that this shape right here has been cover our image, and we want this image to be at the top of the shape. All right. So for us to do that, we just have to fall back to the layer right here. And then you have to click on you have to make your image layer active. Once your image layer active, you drag and take it at the top of the blue shape. Boom. So you are going to have something like this. Right? Now we have a shape at the back of our image. Okay. All right, so one more thing we can do as far as this is concerned is that we can come down below right here and we decide to make a new layer. So having make a new layer, we want to take a look at another thing we can do as far as this is concerned. Now we want to go to our type tools right here and we choose horizontal type tool. Okay, I choose horizontal type tools. Then we can come to the type property right here. I choose Roboto. And I make it black, and I make the size to be 49, or let me change the size to 60. I want it to be more larger. Then I come here, I can change the color. So once you click on this play, and this is going to pop up, I can pick color from here. Okay, and I hit on OK. Now I can go ahead and make some types. So I can say I'm the champion. Okay, so we can come to the top right here and change the text align to the center. So we can continue to decrease the font size. Okay, so we can select on our pick tool right here and we position the text in the right way. So let's say we have our text here. All right, so we have to fall back to text layer. We can double click on the text layer right here also, and so we can call this one text layer. Okay, and we'll press enter key on our keyboard. So having named text layer, that does not affect our type. Everything is still going to remain the same. We can come back to the layer right here. We'll right click on the layer, and we can change the color from this point here. We can make this red. Okay, so we have red, yellow, and we have blue. Okay, so at this point here, I believe so much that you are getting the system of how you can organize and arrange your layer in Photoshop. Now, one more thing we can do as far as Photoshop layer is concerned is that we can make a duplicate of layer. So let's, for instance, we want to duplicate this particular blue shape. So you have to make sure you are working on the layer. The layer is active. Right click on the layer. Then you have to come to the top right here where you see duplicate layer. So click on duplicate layer. This is pump up. So we can change this to another name. We can say orange shape. Okay, and we hit on OK. Now this duplicate one here, we have to take it to another place. So I can just drag it down right here. Okay, now I have to make some rotation here. So for you to do that, you just have to go to edit from the home tab here, and then you have to look for free transform. Now we have to right click here and make sure we flip to horizontal, and we flip to vertical. So we have something like this. Then we can adjust it this way, and we can rotate and have it this way. So we can press shift key and hotkey, then we can increase the shape size in this way, and we press enter key on our keyboard. Now we want to change this color, this particular shape color. So for you to do that, you just have to come back to the layer, double click on the layer thumbnail, and we want to change this to orange. At the bottom here, we have to select orange. So this is orange from the top here, and we hit on OK. All right. So right now we can change this also to we can right click and we can make the color to be another one. These are so many color right here. We have gray, we have violet, we have blue, we have we can make this violent. Okay, and we come back to the layer thumbnail. We can change the color also. We can change it to violent blue also, and we can hit on OK. Now we have different layer, different shape, and different text. Now we can fall back to this particular text layer. Each time you want to switch from one layer to another layer, just tap on the layer, on the text or on the shape. Let's, for instance, you want to move to the image layer. You click on that, it takes you automatically. You want to move to the violent color layer, click on that, it takes you automatically. You want to move to the text layer, click on it, it takes you automatically, and things like that. Now, right here, we can decide to work on our text layer. We can bring the text down right here. Okay, so once we bring the text right here, then we can make sure that we change the color. For us to do that, we have to go back to our type tools. We select it and we press Ctrl A to select everything. We click on here and we can use our eye color proper and we apply the color to the text. Okay, we can come to the move tool here and click on accept. So we can press Ctrl T to open the transform tools and hotkey, and we drag so we can continue to increase the font size. Alright, in some cases, maybe you have your type over the layer. Sometimes you may have your type below the layer, just like this. If I drag it down here to the shape layer, you can see the text become infixable. So in this regard, for you to make your text become fixable again, you have to make sure that the text layer is always on top of the shape layer. So this is how you can work your way around in Adobe Photoshop layer step-by-step tutorial. I hope you guys find value for this video. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a big thumb up, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorial like this in Adobe Photoshop. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.